most important documents that you are asking, since you are asking most important documents, generally we call it as first folder. So your original passport copy, DS 160 confirmation, SEVIS fee payment confirmation, and your I-20. At the bottom of the I-20, there is, you need to sign it. So signed I-20 copy. So, and appointment, visa appointment letter. So these 5 are the most important documents that are required whenever you are going for visa. Other documents which are most important is academic documents of the student. Even in academic, there are 2 parts. The courses that you have completed. Suppose you are going for bachelor's degree, yes, visa. You need to carry your 10th, 12th, marks memos, mandatory. Advisable to carry your 9th and 11th transcripts too. Other than these, your test prep scores. When I say test prep scores, you need to carry your SAT, IELTS and TOEFL. If you have any advanced placement scores, please do carry along those with you. And along with these, right now I told you all the documents in terms of your academics. At the same time, you also need to carry university related documents. When I say university related documents, you need to carry your offer letter from the university and any payments made to the university. So if you are going for master's degree, you need to carry all these documents. Along with these academic documents, you need to carry your semester-wise mark sheets. You need to carry your consolidated marks memo. You need to carry your original degree certificate or provisional degree certificate. So these are the documents when it comes to academic documents. Many students might ask me, sir, we just completed 12th or we just completed our degree, we don't have all the documents. So please do carry all the documents that have with you. If you don't have any document, at least take it, download from the net, get it signed from your principal, and please do carry. It is 100% accepted and valid. You can also carry your bona fide certificate from the college along with you when you are going for the visa. So this is from the academic perspective. When it comes to the finance perspective, which is most important, you need to carry your parents' IT returns, their salary slips, at least 3 months salary slips, and their 6 months bank statements are mandatory. If you have any FD statements, you need to carry FD statements. You have educational loan letter, you need to carry educational loan letter. Other than this, there is something called as your property documents, which is not mandatory. So chartered account statement, you can compile all of them. A chartered account will compile all these. But whatever you are mentioning chartered account, you need to take proof of that. So when it comes to financials, your parents' income, your education loan letter, their bank statement, minimum 6 months bank statement should be carried, along with optional is chartered account bank statement, which is an optional thing which you can carry. But again, I'm repeating, whatever you are mentioning in chartered account statement, you need to have proof of it. If not, just the document will not have any value. So these are the documents that are required, madam, other than your original documents. That 1 minute interview is different, madam. That is what I see. So 1 year is getting up or down, or life is changing with this 1 minute. So how to get F1 visa? I can confidently say 99% of my students get visa. So how do they generally get visa is prepare for your visa properly. You need to have mock interviews with the people who have complete and clear knowledge. You should know what questions will vary from person to person, madam. The moment you understand the person well, I know my students well. So I know which university they are going to. I have clear understanding of their I-20. You need to have very good understanding of your I-20 and the program you are going for. I'm telling you, one most important thing that is required to get visa is clearly and confidently speaking with visa officer. So visa officer is more concerned about, are you really genuine student, academic, have sufficient funds to fund your education. These are only the 2 things that we look for. And since we are going for non-immigrant visa, he always looks for, does he have any ties with the home country? Means once I complete my education, I'm going to come back to India. So if someone want to get into get visa, my sincere suggestion is apply for a decent university. If you have scholarship from the university, definitely going to add a value to you. Then have clear understanding of how much it is going to cost you. At least 3 to 6 months before your visa interview, you need to have understanding about your finances, how much it is going to cost you, how I'll fund my education. So having then and there keeping money in the account is not advisable. You need to plan for your finances well in advance. You need to have educational loan letter. All this is one part. Seriously, getting prepared for the interview with the professional is other most important part. Because even you or me, if I want to speak at once, it might be difficult for me to speak. If I have thoroughly prepared, what are the types of questions I can expect to get? What answers I'm ready to give. You should never by heart the answers. But if you know what type of answers you can give from your head and you can speak confidently, clearly looking into the visa officer, I can say, since you are a genuine student, if you are not a genuine student, you have committed some crime, murder, then you should worry. You are a genuine student. Prepare seriously for the interview. and go, definitely 100% you can get your visa. Many students for US visa get rejected, madam. Almost 40% is only the success ratio. Many students are getting visa rejected. Luckily, as I said, Asian student 99% will get, just because they have clarity from preparing for the exam, applying to the universities, which universities they are going to get. And we never encourage any fake documents, because the moment you have that, you get tensed. Yes. Clearly with the officer. And we always target into tier such based universities. When you get into those universities with scholarship, it is always advisable. When you have a right mentor with a clear path, it is very easy to get into the visa. But rarely, out of 1,000 times, once you need to be lucky. So even that you can plan, because every time we see, we have many groups where they say, if you go here, these are the visa officers which are asking these types of questions, that they're rejecting more. If you have patience and if you can wait, and many students, I don't understand, they're so much worried about visa dates. I clearly tell to them, 100% you are going to get visa dates. Still there, so you should never be worried, madam. You should be confident. You should believe. Once you believe a person, you should believe blindly, because we have been doing this process from last 10 to 12 years. So we know what exactly will happen. If a student does not get visa slot, even we are mostly concerned. But with the process that has been happening for the last 3-4 years, we are very clear how the process works. So don't get panic, tensed everywhere. Follow an ideal right mentor and follow their guidance. And you should have good communication skills. If you don't have good communication skills, you could not clearly communicate to them. So start speaking in English and develop your communication skills. Get good scores, apply to good university, get good scholarship, plan your finances. It is very easy to go to a good. What is the first and the most common mistake that I see when student is preparing for US visa is, there is something called as DS 160 form. This is the form where you will be providing your information to the visa officer. But most students, they don't even fill their form. They don't know such form even exists. They say that my agent filled or my parents filled. No. The worst mistake student make is, they don't know or they don't fill DS 160 form. By just thinking I'll make mistakes, it is not as such. Don't submit the form. Approach the mentor that is guiding you. Make the form, then you submit. So you need to fill your DS 160 form. If someone has filled DS 160 form, because the interview would be there on the completely the information that you had given, you'll be going wrong. Second, and the common mistake that students will make is, if I go to only this embassy, I'm going to get visa at this embassy. Nothing else. That is the second impression. Third is, if I go to only particular university, I'm going to get visa. Nothing else. So for visa officer, it should not be a fake university. It should be a good university, and all the people are equal to them. But they should have clear understanding whether you have right, clear path to go there, study, and come back. And the fourth mistake I see is, they approach non-legitimate people, in the sense, they say that, some people will say that we keep money to you in your account for one day, we get bank statements. Such is not going to work, because even once you go to the university, you need to fund your education. So have proper finances, plan for your finances properly. Don't look for any shortcuts. Then definitely you'll be the winner at the end. Every year we send hundreds of undergraduate students to abroad, madam. So how Aizen works with all the students is, I want them to be independent. I never want to be spoon-fed. What I do is, somewhere in the month of January, we conduct a detailed session for all the students, because by February, most of my students, we apply early to the universities, most of them get offers. So Jan or February, we conduct a session to them. For the students who did not apply for I-20, we'll tell them how to get an I-20, the process, complete steps required for I-20. Then I'll have a detailed session on how to fill DS 160 form. Then I also have a session on how Aizen generally helps the students. We send hundreds of undergraduate students, madam. As I said, I want every student to be confident and independent. Then only they'll be able to get visa, or even they will be able to sustain in US. So what generally we do is, mostly in January or February, we have a session with the students, because by that time, most of my students get offers. They have clarity which scholarships also they'll get. They have clarity which university they would be going to. So first, what I'll do is, I-20 is the most important document to apply for visa. And the visa portal has been changed. New visa portal has come. It has become good for us, people like us, because you need to have clarity on the which university you are going, which I-20 you are going to submit. Because earlier you can change your I-20, you can do many things, just block the schedule. But right now it is not going to work. Even you cannot change your new DS 160 form. So what I'll guide with the students is, we'll clearly tell them how to get I-20. Once they complete the steps that are required for I-20, I'll have a detailed session. I'll fill the complete DS-160 form, sample form. I'll show it to all the students how to fill the sample DS-160 form. By then they'll come to know when they're filling the form how to fill it without any mistakes. But even after that, we will check for each and every student thoroughly. Along with the student, we'll ask them the questions, we'll check it, then only we'll submit it to them. Then once DS-160 form, we need to fill this US visa portal thing. Even we'll fill a sample US visa portal thing and show them how to pay the visa fees and how to book the visa slot. So the moment I do this session for the student, 95 to 98% of students become so independent and they are confident also. They will be able to do all the steps that are required for visa with the help of us, madam. Definitely will be there. Once they book the visa slot, 2 to 3 weeks before their visa slots, we'll be having at least 5 to 6 mock interviews. That is our major success for getting visas, madam. We'll be doing mock interviews in such a rigid manner, in such a way that we are so sincere in doing mock interviews for each and every student. We go in personal to the questions. We know their profile, their family profile, their I-20, their universities. So we cover all the questions, and the student also becomes so confident at the end of our mock interviews. That is the reason they're happily able to get visas and fly to the US universities with the dream universities they are looking for. Yeah, and we have happy customers also. Very happy customers.